channel. If you're new to my channel, I like reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Happy Monday! Today's video is going to be books by my favorite authors that I wish were more popular. The first author I have for you today is Kennedy Ryan, and Kennedy Ryan is known for her Grip trilogy. That's probably what she is known for, and her Hoop series. But the duet I'm going to mention to you today is the Kingmaker's duet. And I read this book because of Jess. I read this book when she first mentioned it on her channel, the Kingmakers. And the Kingmakers is about this hero and this heroine. The heroine's name is Lennox. And they meet when Lennox is protesting against the destruction of a pipeline, because that pipeline runs through her family's land, because she's Native American. And immediately when they meet, Max is taken aback by her beauty, but when he asks her what her age is, he knows nothing can come of it because she's 17. A few years later, they meet again when she is in Amsterdam, and he is also in Amsterdam, and they have a thing together, but it turns sour because Lennox finds out who Max's dad is, and Max's dad was the company who was trying to bulldoze over Lennox's family's land, so they separate. It's the wrong timing trope, and if you like the right love wrong time trope, this is for you. This is so angsty. It takes years for Lennox and Max to be together. I really love this duet. If you like the Grip trilogy and Hoops trilogy, please go check out Kingmakers. The next author I have on my list is Krista and Becca Ricci. Krista and Becca Ricci are known for the Cowboy Addicted to You series, but the series I want to mention today is her Circus's Family duet. And the first book in that duet is called Failed Audition. I read this book when this book was called Amor, and I read this series back in 2016 and 2017. So if I don't remember the names, you have to excuse me. But the first book we follow, I think her name is Thora, and she is from Ohio, and she wants to do something more than the mundane life she's living. She wants more from her life, so she moves to Vegas to be a part of the acrobatic scene, the acrobatic shows. And she gets paired up with Nikolai, who's this famous person in the acrobatic world. They end up being partners, and they try to resist their attraction to each other because Laura really wants to make it as an acrobatic, and so she doesn't want any romantic relationships, but Max and Thora cannot resist each other. And I like this book because you get to see how much they love acrobatics in their daily life, and the romance was so good. I watched Lacey's interview with Krista and Becca Ricci, and she asked them if there was one book you wish was more popular, what would it be? And she named this series, the Family is Circus series. I love book 1 in that series, but my favorite is book 2. And book 2 is called The Secret Ex-Boyfriend, and it is about
I don't
Luca
remember
and
the
our
original
heroine.
title of the book.
I forgot the heroine's name. Luca and our heroine used to date, but something happened with Luca's family that he has to choose between his girlfriend and his family, and he chose his family, so the heroine walked away. Years later, the heroine is back in Luca's life. She is part of the show, and nothing is going to stop Luca from making the heroine fall for him again, because for Luca, it's always been her. So it's a second chance romance. It was so good. Please, if you love Krista and Becca Ricci, please read this series. It's only 2 books in the series. The next author I want to mention is Devoney Perry. Devoney Perry is popular for her Eden series, and although the Eden series is my favorite, the book I want to mention today is Tragic. Tragic is the 3rd book in her Lark Cove series, and it's a grumpy sunshine romance. It's neighbors. They're neighbors. The grump is the guy, the sunshine is the heroine. The heroine is a divorced woman, and their names are Kate and Parker, and they both come from traumatic past, and the hero is very stoic, but eventually Piper breaks down Kate's walls, and it's their romance. It's a slow burn romance. Neighbors, it's so good. Lark Cove is not my favorite series by Devoney Perry. It's a hit or miss for me, but I do really love Tragic. The next author I want to mention is Alona Andrews, and I know Alona Andrews is known for her Burn For Me series. That's not the name of the series. That's the title of the first book in the series, Burn For Me. But the books that I wish were more popular for Alona Andrews is their Kate Daniels series. And I got this video idea because Kate Daniels is coming to graphic audio. Kate Daniels is about this girl named Kate, who's a mercenary who fights against evil magic users, and one day Kate's mentor gets murdered, and Kate goes on an investigation to find out who murders her mentor, and she gets caught in the middle between a turf war between shifters and another faction. I think vampires. I haven't read this book in years, so I may have gotten the facts mixed up a little bit, but I think the shifters and the vampires. So, all in all, Kate does have a romance between one of the factions, and you have to read the books to find out which of the factions she aligns herself with. And the first book is called Magic Bites, and the series gets better as it goes on. So please continue with the Kate Daniels series if you decide to read it. The last book I'm going to mention is by Emma Scott, and Emma Scott is known for her Full Tilt duet, but I want to recommend Someday. It's an MM romance, and it's about this guy who is in the running to be CEO at his father's company. So this guy is rich, but his dad needs a caretaker, and he hires this male caretaker, and the CEO is gay, but he tries to hide that because he knows his father would not like that. He's even in a fake engagement with his best friend. His best friend happens to be Faith from Between Hello and Goodbye, so they're in a fake relationship to appease his dad. But eventually, the hero and our male caretaker, they fall in love when they open up to each other about their past. And the hero has to decide, is he going to stay in the closet forever, or will he choose to be happy with our other hero and be who he's really meant to be? And trigger warnings for this, for homophobia, for conversion therapy, but this book is so emotional. If you love Between Hello and Goodbye, main character is Faith's best friend in Between Hello and Goodbye. So
the main male character in Someday is Faith's the best friend in Between Hello and Goodbye.
I wish this book
Please
was more
let me know
popular.
if you have read any of these
Those
books.
are all the recommendations I have for you today. If you have read any of these books, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.